So my name is James Navé, and I'm headed up to the second floor lounge to have an hour-long interview with a wonderful artist from India. His name is Raghava KK, and I'm looking forward to this. The guy's quite dynamic. So I think the last time our paths crossed, maybe we were at TEDx and at the salon in New York.
Yeah.
That's how we've connected.
We
That's
have
how we've connected.
connected worlds.
And you're gonna draw, huh?
This is doodling. This is what I do obsessively, especially when I'm nervous.
Are you nervous?
I'm tired more than nervous.
Tired more than nervous.
I'm not slept. It's been like this adrenaline for 3 days, just straight.
Why?
We sort of had this aha moment while building our app.
Right.
And we said, let's make this happen in 3 days. So we reinvented everything. Something we spent 9 months building, we reinvented in 3 days. If I said this, I'd probably get into trouble with my wife, but it's almost like birthing a baby.
I think that maybe the app is a nice metaphor for all the things that we attempt to birth in our lives.
I believe that you're born every day again, and you die at the end of the night, and then you're born again. My father asked me when I was 8 years old, he said, Raghava, who are you? And I said, I'm Raghava. What a silly question. And he said, but I'm named you. If I change your name, will you change in front of me? And I said, no, that's an interesting question. I said, I'm this person you see. He said, that person changes every 7 years. Every cell is changed.
Right.
Who are you? And firstly, my dad loved to put me in existential crises every meal, dinner that we ate together. But what I learned is that I'm constantly defined by what's changing. I'm defined by what I'm not. And I am an explorer trying to find. And his belief is that the observer, the observed, and the process of observation are all one.
Whitman says, there was a child went forth every day.
Absolutely.
And the first object he looked upon, that object he became. And that object, it became part of him.
Yeah, so it's exactly connected to the observer, the observed. In fact, I apply that to even practical. So when I get really upset with someone, I keep quoting my wife. I think she's very wise. So one thing she said to me when I was really mad at someone, she's like, if you believe that you're one with everyone, why did you create that person? Because you choose who you want to listen to, who you create, your reality. You are the storyteller of your truth. So the app that I'm trying to create believes that there is no single truth.
Right.
So the act believes that everyone has their own truism, its perspective, its point of view. And the problem with the world is we don't have an authentic knowledge system that can accommodate this. I'll give you an example. When I went to school, the kind of knowledge that I was exposed to was expert knowledge, authoritative knowledge, knowledge that allowed me to understand where I fit into a larger machine.
Right.
But it was not knowledge that served my purpose, my dignity. So I looked at that knowledge as biased, authoritative knowledge. And I always fought that education system. I quit school to find my own truth. Because school was great, it told me who I am, but it's my creativity that told me I could be whoever I want to be, I choose to be.
Right.
Not what I'm told I am and how I fit into a perfectly sort of accepted system. So there's a difference between education and learning.
Yes.
Education is what someone does to you. Learning is what you do for yourself.
How do you feel about play?
I think play is integral to being both authentic and to learning. Because only when you learn without this didactic, I think the definition of play is when you go into something with an element of humor, with an element of whimsy, and without knowing exactly what you're going to get out of it. something magical always happens. It just increases the potential for magic.
What kind of advice would you give your children on how they can dream forward into the destiny, the play, and the joy of their lives?
It's funny you ask me that, and that's something I think about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But how could I infuse my children with passion and play?
Mm-hmm.
And I think one day my wife hit me on my head and said, "That's the one thing you don't mess with. That's the one thing you don't give advice on. True passion will emerge. The one thing you don't want to do is get in the way of it." So I don't do that. I don't try and inspire them to try and... I think it's the one thing... If my parents made me a better artist, I may have given up art.
So I took a look at your work, and I spend my summers in Taos, New Mexico. I don't know if you know Taos, New Mexico. Are you familiar?
Of course,
Yes.
I love Taos, New Mexico.
Have you been there before?
Yes, I have.
What-
I go there for a very special thing every year. I go to Taos to meet with some of the craziest creative minds living on planet Earth.
Well, did the primitive nature of Taos and the light and being with these incredibly creative people, how did that affect your art, and how does it inform it, or does it?
Ironically, Flipsicle, that's my new journey, my new art project, my new meaningful next step in life, began at Taos. And I was sitting there and I had this conversation with a certain gentleman, and he said, "Go out and create it. What are you waiting for?
Right.
No more excuses."
Right.
And I said, "Okay." And then I went back to India and I told my wife, I said, and this is what she and I had started together. I said, "Guess what? Now, what do? We're just about to have a baby."
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Well, we'll have 2 babies then. I'll just finish birthing this baby." And within 20 days, we moved here and we started Flipsicle.
And so, as a change agent, do you think the idea of a change agent comes by making a decision, or do you think it rises organically out of the work, and one day you realize that you've been called to be part of the change?
That's a very powerful question. And you're asking me about change agents. I think when I read something, see something, meet someone that is authentic, it changes me in a very fundamental way. I cannot be the same person after reading it. And similarly, when I encounter something that I don't like, I'm more aware of my own limitations, not that of what I'm reading or watching or seeing. So I think anything authentic fundamentally is a change agent. Every day you're born again, you mentioned that. And then I feel as artists we embrace change, we facilitate change, change is the only thing that sort of that drives us. Yeah, I don't know. I feel that I think authenticity for me is change, is the agent of change.
So almost anybody can be a change agent, then, wouldn't you think?
I think everyone should be a change agent.
Right.
Everything should change my life. Meeting you is going to change my life.
Well, I've changed. My life has been changed
So
by
it
this
has
because it's reinforced.
Yeah.
It
It has
reinforces
to.
us. Yes.
That's the only way to engage.
You've been drawing something. What have you drawn there?
It's just to say peace to you.
Oh, peace, bro. So I was wondering, we're here in New York City, and we're in this nice room. But where do you play when you're not in the room?
Wait till I show you where I play.
You have a playground,
where my
yeah.
dreams fly.
Dreams are where you commune perhaps with your dreams. Or
Yes.
Do they fly?
I think my dreams fly. They fly around. You may catch a few airplanes flying around too. So let's go there.
Let's go play.
Yeah.
Let's go see the dreams.
My world is an impossible democracy.
And my world is a beautiful sunrise. And together, let's cook.
You